Zane DeSilva, who many of us know, has been a successful businessman in Bermuda. He's currently the Member of Parliament for constituency number 29, having been elected in 2007. In 2009, Minister DeSilva was appointed Minister without portfolio, and he's held the Minister of Health position since 2010. He's also the President and CEO, many of us know, of Island Construction, and that's one of Bermuda's largest and longest established construction companies. Importantly, Minister Zane DeSilva has a very deep community involvement, having been involved with the Watford Sports Club, the Somerset Bridge Recreation Club, St. David's Cricket Club, East End Mini Yacht Club, and the Bermuda Athletic Association. And I was looking at these notes. I think he's a very savvy man, because what other man joins a club up in Somerset and a club down in St. David's just to keep everybody happy? Importantly, community involvement and donations to the community and donations to charitable groups are just as important. And Minister Zane DeSilva, in his private capacity, has set an example through his company of donating to numerous charities, all in his effort to make Bermuda a better place. Minister DeSilva, over to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Protocol been established, but I must say that it's certainly a pleasure to have my boss here tonight. She's checking me out, make sure I'm going to behave myself and carry myself okay. So it's good to have her and her esteemed husband, Jermaine Nakulu, here with her. So welcome. And I have to do my thing, Mr. John. Don't you put the clock on me just yet. But certainly all my fellow colleagues within Parliament and my future colleagues, it's good to have you all here. Tonight we were told about the order of speaking. And a few of my colleagues said, well, they're going to start off with the most good-looking. Someone else said they're going to finish with the most good-looking. So I think I was outvoted, and somehow they're going to finish with the most good-looking. But be that as it may, we'll see about that. We'll take a poll when we're finished. But no, it gives me great pleasure to be here tonight. Usually when I'm in this hall, I'm talking to my seniors or the school children. Heron Bay is my adopted school. I do spend a bit of time here, and I do enjoy my time always in this place. I have fond memories, always will do. So it's good for me to be in home speaking to you. Many of you will know that I am now going to be running in 29, and having spent my few years in 30, was a big decision that was made amongst all of us. You will know, some of you will certainly know that my former executive and I had many, many, many meetings to decide on which way I was going to go. But you will also know that our boundary had a significant change, and that we had almost 400 of the constituents that were in 30 are now in 29. So after much discussion, not only with my executive, but also with the Premier and my other colleagues in the House that were elected, that's what we decided to do. So having said that, and on the eve of me stepping out of 30 and into 29, I would like to say, first and foremost, I cannot have a public meeting in this area, having made that move, without acknowledging the efforts and the bar that has been set by Mr. Stanley Lowe. I didn't know in 2007 when I started canvassing, but I think I have a little taste of what it's like to be a parliamentarian and, of course, a cabinet minister, and the amount of time it takes and sacrifice one makes. And I have to say that for Stanley, and also, I'd also pay homage to Reggie Burrows, who spent many times with me canvassing in '07. I'd like to also thank Reggie for his assistance in getting me elected. And of course, between him and Stanley, you put those two numbers together that they served, and that's some serious, serious time. So I take my hat off to both of them, and I thank them ever so much for their assistance. Now, Jonathan said 6 minutes, and I don't know if you all caught it, but about 3 sentences later, he said 4. So I don't know if that was a hint. I'd also like to acknowledge Minister of the Parent Chief, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Bean, who are also here. And if any of my other colleagues slip in under the radar, I'm sure that one of you three will certainly catch them up. But just to spend a minute talking about things that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of in 30 over the last 5 years. You will know, most of you certainly will know, that water lot is under construction. And that was something that the residents had called for when I started canvassing in '07. Said, look, water lot needs, that hill needs a sidewalk. And I'm happy to say that former Minister Burgess and then Minister Weeks took up the mantle, and that is now underway, and I think that's going to be a huge improvement and make life a lot safer for all of us going west nights and, of course, as we travel throughout the year. So I'm happy that that's done. We put up many lights in 30 over the last 5 years. We had Scenic Heights Pass asphalted. I was told that when I started canvassing that, we had been asking, or you had been asking, for over 20 years to have Scenic Heights asphalted. I'm happy to say that that was done. Heading up towards Lighthouse Hill, we put many lights up at Lighthouse Hill over the last 5 years. In fact, I met with one group of residents who complained about the darkness. We put the lights up. I got a call 3 weeks later, the light's too bright. So we changed it and we made a little, we put one of those yellow lights in. So it's all good. So I've enjoyed my time working for the constituents in 30, and I'm sure that as they do now, they won't let me rest when I'm elected in 29, because I have no fear that we will be carrying that mantle for Mr. Lowe as we go forward. Now, some of the things, and I should get a little extra time because I'm stepping from 30 going to 29, so I should get extra couple of minutes. So I have to cover 2. But anyway, let me say this, is that those in 30, I've been beating the streets with my team for the last year, and I'll say that I haven't been to every house as I did in 29, but we're getting there. We are getting there. And I must thank my team who have been out constantly in my absence. I don't always like doing that, as some of them know. I like to be on the doorstep with them, but we have been sharing the load. And of course, many of the constituents, if they've said, look, I need to talk to Zane, I'm slowly getting to that list as well. So we're aware of the issues in 30, which again, and some of you will know, we've had meetings, and we've talked about several issues, whether it be lights. We had two incidents, unfortunately, in the last month, and I've met with residents in both areas, and we're looking at making some improvements to help there. So that is 29 and 30 snapshot. As far as health goes, I think many of you will be familiar with the National Health Plan. It's well underway. I'm looking forward to, after the election, us going full bore to carry on with that. We've had 72 people involved with 6 task groups who have done a fantastic job and volunteered thousands of hours just to put into the National Health Plan, which I think is phenomenal. People have given up their free time. This is important. One of the things we forget is the cost of healthcare in this island is really one of our very, very #1 issues. It's the elephant in the room. It's the elephant in the room, and we're going to make some big strides towards dealing with some of the issues that we have with healthcare in this island going forward. So I'm excited about after the election and us moving ahead with the National Health Plan. So I won't go into too much about that. Future Care is well underway. Been in the news lately, but I know who it's helping and the people that have come to me personally, satisfied with food. They love Future Care. Remember, prior to Future Care, there was very little for our seniors. They're being turned away from the insurance companies. If they had a pre-existing condition, sorry, we can't help you. Lifetime maximum. I think most of you may have heard the story about my stepfather. He reached his lifetime maximum. Sorry, that's it. We can't help you anymore. Future Care, you don't have that. We can talk about the 2 tiers in Future Care. We said from day one that we're going to roll it out in 3 phases. The first phase, which was 385, that was for the most of those seniors who were on that first phase, are on financial assistance. Those that were rolled out in phase 2 and 3 paid the higher rate. And I've said publicly many times, for those that say that it's unfair, not true. If one cannot make the payment, the higher payment of $635, come and see me, come and see Minister Blakeney at Financial Assistance. We will work around that. We will make sure that you can get coverage. No one will be denied coverage for future care, none of our seniors. So, our seniors work too hard. They laid the foundation for us. We ain't gonna leave them now. No, sir. Hospital. New hospital's well underway. It'll be ready to open April the 1st, 2014. It's on time. It's on budget. First public-private partnership in Bermuda's history. Largest construction project in Bermuda's history. It is going well. We're in constant contact with the union, with the Minister of Immigration, Patrice Minus. We go on site visits every quarter. It's looking well. And I think that'll benefit our people to no end as time unfolds, and as we all need help, and as we get more specialties in the hospital, our people, less trips away, less time away from family when you're sick. And I think many of us in this room that hasn't had a family member that's been sick, and some of our people have been away for extended periods of time. Only certain family members can go and spend time you know, we can't go up there for 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks at a time because we have to work. Family members are sharing that load. So hopefully we can get to a space where we can keep our people in Bermuda and we can stay and give them company that they need. So the hospital is looking well. As far as any new things for health, you will know that we are looking at the generic drugs for future care, and we're going to give 100% coverage for generic drugs. That should go, again, this will save some money for our seniors in these tough times. And also, doctor's visits for those that are on financial assistance that have HIP and future care, they will no longer have to pay for those. So I think those two items alone will help our people they need that extra push during this time. And I'm proud to say that the Premier has agreed to that, and we're looking at rolling that out and giving that benefit to our people. So, Mr. Moderator, that's a snapshot. You cut me short, I like it. But anyway, I'd just like to say to you all, I look forward to the question and answer period, and I look forward to serving all those in 29 after I'm elected, and 30, I'm right next door. So I'm here for you.